What's up everybody? Josh Galt, Entovegan, and today I'm here in Portland, Oregon, USA, home of flannel shirts, long luscious beards, which I don't have, and amazing microbrews. But Portland is also a very forward-thinking, eco-friendly city. People believe in environmental sustainability, they believe in buying local, healthy, organic foods, and naturally, they believe in respecting all living things. So, of course, there's lots of vegan and vegetarian restaurants here in Portland. And I want to find out what vegans and vegetarians think about this new food trend called entomophagy, which is the human consumption of edible insects and other arthropods. Now, as the Entovegan, I obviously believe that insect protein and eating insects is a great addition to a plant-based vegan diet. But let's go downtown and see what the people here think about eating insects. Would you eat insects?
Totally, yeah.
Yeah? You would?
Cooked up real nice, why not?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't think so. It's just the creep factor.
If they were prepared correctly.
Yeah?
Totally.
I've eaten the crickets before, like from Mexico that they have. Yeah.
You did?
I did. I tried it.
Oh my god, that is so... can I say it's disgusting? How can you eat an insect? Oh my
Well,
god.
I feel like it's kind of the same as eating meat. It's just like in your head, or like
No.
a lobster has.
No, I don't eat
antennas,
lobster.
Just like an insect.
I will never ever in my life eat it or try it.
So she's a no. I would try it.
Insects?
No.
No.
And it really just comes down to they're creepy and gross.
Just the appearance of the bugs.
Yeah,
the
it
legs.
can't look like a bug. It
Okay.
can't have legs.
So I'm a vegetarian.
Okay, vegetarian.
I'm also an acupuncturist, so I do believe in the medicine of eating insects, like we eat scorpions and cicadas for different things. So I understand that there are medicinal properties, and there's a lot of protein in insects, so
Sure.
can't hate.
Well, since I'm vegan, I don't eat animals.
Okay.
So I probably wouldn't eat it myself.
No, I don't think I would. I mean, just because, you know, they are a type of animal. You know, they do have, however minimal, a thought process.
You got a burger I can bite? No, well, sure, I would be into eating it. I mean, I would be into eating bugs if it's edible and tastes good and protein and helps the world and less cows and less water and all of that crap, sure. I mean, bring it on. Let's do it.
I think that if you took sort of the vegan aspect out of it and it was just about food, I have eaten bugs before. But personally, it's just kind of icky to me. So like, it would be a difficult transition to make. I think just mentally and like stomach-wise, eating bugs and not getting kind of creeped out by it.
And I don't know if I'm ready to do it personally. I used to babysit a little boy that loved eating crickets, so I did witness that. I don't think I'm on that train quite yet. It's a textural thing.
Okay.
And also, I can't say ethical. No, I mean, I believe that Mother Nature put everything on this planet for us to enjoy and receive, and if it's in your health plan to eat a cicada or eat a cricket, then props to you.
Okay.
No judgment.
But I've read articles about how much more environmentally friendly it is, so I'm not against it.
Yeah, it was fine. I just had to like get over the idea of like, because you first think about eating a bug, yeah, you're thinking about the legs and the crunching and all that. It has a lot of nutrients and things like that, and it takes less land to make, and so it's a lot more sustainable than other types of protein that we have. So.
No, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it.
No.
Just because like I do not like grasshoppers, I do not like crickets. I don't like bugs in general. Like it just puts me off. Like at least a cow, when I eat a cow, like they're adorable. Like I know that sounds really weird. They don't gross me out.
If it's not necessary, it's still cruelty to a living thing.
Okay.
If it was necessary to our diet, you could have a discussion about it, but since it's still just an additional pleasurable thing, what's the justification?
But I guess
for it?
as vegans, ethically, there's no way to really justify it. But as far as like just
ethical, environmental, or
just for health.
based.
Yeah.
If it was found, oh my god, we are short on protein. All the myths about veganism were true. Then okay, maybe that would be a better alternative to eating livestock. But
personally, it grosses me out a little bit. But it might not be for me. Maybe I would try it, but it kind of just from an ick factor, not for me. But I don't. If it's sustainable and it's a good protein, I think that's a great option to some of the proteins that people are consuming now.
I would totally eat bugs if I liked it.
Okay. So if it tasted good, then you would consider it?
Tasted good, textured good.
I mean, I don't think I could do it as like a lifestyle. But maybe I would definitely try it.
Would it be easier to eat, like for either of you, in like a protein form, like a powder form? Or?
Nope. I could see putting it in a smoothie.
Oh my god, seriously? In a smoothie with...
Yeah, like you put your protein powder in a smoothie or something like that.
Seriously, no, I'm gonna throw up, no.
These are chips. I eat lots of things I don't know I eat. So, not so much anymore. I've just been a vegan about 9 months.
But worms aren't an insect, so what about like crickets or grasshoppers or mealworms? Like toasted, dried, crunchy?
I really can't see myself eating it.
What about if it was in powder form? Like for example...
If it was in powder form and I didn't have to see the actual insect, I might give it a shot.
And I don't think it'd bother me if it was, if it's a protein powder in something I'm eating, I don't think that's a problem.
I think it's awesome. I actually tried a cricket bar once, and I was really put off by the idea of crickets because of cricket flour, but it didn't taste like anything. Like, it just tasted like a regular blueberry cricket bar.
I think I'm certainly sure I would be willing to try it, but I don't know, when you're in your eating habits for so long and they have a significance in your life, it's hard to swerve from the...
Sure. Sustainable.
Yeah.
You might try.
Yeah. And it fit eating ketogenic.
Oh, low carbs.
Low carb, high fat, high protein, low carb.
Okay, that's exactly insects then.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
They just can't look like bugs.
I probably wouldn't have a problem with that. Like if there was like a valid reason to choose to eat insects that way, then yeah, I think I probably would, to be honest.
I feel like maybe in protein powder form, I would consider it.
Baking
I would
for sure.
definitely be open to a new protein powder that's not soy based or like a bunch of extra ingredients.
I actually honor whatever my body is telling me it needs the most at different moments in time. Currently, I'm vegan. I really try to listen to my body and what my body tells me it wants, and then also use that in conjunction with what feels morally right and ethically aligned with a larger picture beyond myself.
If someone's going to eat animals, then I would prefer them to choose a sustainable option than a less sustainable option.
Okay. Right now, I just saw that we're devoting 41% of our country to raising livestock. Yeah, that's insane. If we could scale that down to an insect level, it would be so much more sustainable. And although I still wouldn't love that we were eating animals, from an environmental standpoint, not necessarily a vegan standpoint, that would be a lot better. As you say, it could be more sustainable because of the size and the ability to farm more with less.
Like if we could replace
shades of gray we're talking about.
Okay.
Right, if we could replace like all of the animal agriculture that we have, with cattle and pigs and all that stuff with insects, I think that would be a way better.
An improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. Still not maybe ideal in the mind of a vegan, but certainly, in my opinion at least, better.
Everyone should do what feels best for their body, and what one person wants to put into their body is their own choice. So if somebody wants to eat insects and that makes them happy and that feels good for their body, I'm not going to judge that. Me personally, if there's other options for proteins that I can get from plants, I'm going to go that route.
It's transference of energy from one being to the next, whether plant or animal, and why not?
I don't know, maybe if I could see people were not eating red meat and switching to this, then maybe I would feel more supportive of it because I would think it was a better option. I just don't know for me if I would ever do that.
If I had all of the information, which I don't, I would make an informed decision. And if my intuition was like, wow, with this new information, that sounds like something my body would really thrive with, and I gave thanks to the insects first before putting them in my body, yeah. And if you dip them in chocolate, that could also change
with
things
peanut
too.
butter.
Like, I mean, let's just get real.
Instead of cattle?
I think it's so much better than the alternatives,
Yeah.
other than being completely plant-based. I think it's hugely, drastically different.
You know, it's really just a noodle maker. It's just one of those things where I am like deciding how I feel about the world, about life. I mean, plants are alive, so I don't know where to stop, right?
We're just all about the love and sustainability and honoring your body, as she said, and honoring the way that you ingest food, like having the connection to the food. So if, like you said, it's sourced sustainably and ethically and morally, and it has all these health benefits, like, you know, that's the way of our whole human species, is just like learning what we eat and don't eat and what feels good and doesn't feel good, and honoring that food. Let food be your medicine, right?
It's crucial when you're going like abroad or into other cultures that even though you have these choices that you make, you're respective of culture. And so like for you living around people who are doing that, it's important for you to respect that and try it and not be judgmental of that.
Yeah.
And also, it is awesome that it fills in a lot of the gaps that we can possibly miss out on as vegans.
Yeah, I kind of just look at it as the food chain. They're higher up in the food chain, then, so they're more complicated. There's more nervous systems going on. You can claim they don't feel pain, but they certainly avoid it.
We shouldn't keep ourselves in boxes as to what vegetarian looks like, and that might mean something to somebody else with the same intentions. It's about, you know, like sustainability for the environment and treatment of animals. So if it was done in an ethical, sustainable way, somebody else who's a vegetarian or a vegan might feel more favorably towards it. I just think personally I would be a little grossed out.
I think we can grow and farm insects better. We can grow them better for the environment than we can cows. So if we can get people off of cows and onto cockroaches, I'm all for it.
It's another thing too, is to shift people's consciousness. It's not ever through telling someone something, or even it's through them directly experiencing it for themselves. I won't ever change my belief about anything unless I have a direct experience of it myself. No matter how much somebody tells me about it, I have to experience it. So,
makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Live your truth.
So a lot has happened in the few weeks since I first filmed this, and I just want to close it now by saying this is only the beginning of the conversation. I think it was pretty clear in the video that when people are given the facts and you have a rational, respectful conversation with them, that they can see that a step towards insects and away from commercial meat farming, for example, is a step in the right direction. And so I want to continue having this discussion. Maybe not online, because it's very difficult to have a rational, respectful discussion online, although I'd appreciate if that was the case. But in person with people, I'm finding that there are very different opinions on all sides with many different perspectives, whether it's someone who eats meat but also eats insects, or someone who refuses to ever eat insects but understands that a step towards eating insects for the mainstream and away from meat is a good thing. So I want to continue the conversation, and if you watched the whole video, I want to say thank you. Until next time, this is Josh Galt for Entovegan.com. Go eat some bugs.